Okay, so thank you all for coming, and thank you, Raz, for
Thank
staying at
you.
your office so late and being with us.
Thank
There was some chatting on the forum about using Remini for forms, and I just made the switch this year. So rather than continuing a thread on Remini with like a lot of questions that I was having a hard time articulating, Sheila suggested a Zoom, and I love Sheila, so a Zoom came. So what I thought we would do is that I would show you my Remini portal, so I could show you. Raz will correct all the things that I say wrong, but I think that there are basically 3 kinds of forms that you can have in Remini, and I'm using all 3 kinds for different things. So it'll be a good opportunity to see what you can do. And as with everything that I have found with Remini, they rebuilt things that I couldn't make work in a way that worked for me, like basically overnight, because as you can see, they work in the middle of the night over there.
you.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show what I did. Feel free to, there's not very many of us, so interrupt, ask questions. I'm sure he will point out things that I still have wrong on here, but it will be a learning exercise for all of us. Okay. So can someone just thumbs up me that you see my Remini screen? Okay. So in this like 3, whatever menu bar, and you go to forms. So I'll back up to say what I had to do, because I did forms before I let parents know what classes they were in. So I didn't want them to get a reveal of what class they were in by filling out their form. So I created like one giant 2024-2025 class, put every single kid in it, and then all the forms are designated for all the students, but you could have forms that are like particular to a class, which I'll let Raz show you that because I don't really know how to do that. So I did a couple of different things. So for the health form, in New York City, they require that you use their very specific form that has to, so this is one that like I uploaded the PDF, the parents download the PDF and then upload the scanned image of the PDF, because I can't have it inputted in another way according to our licensing. I know everyone's licensing is different. So that's the kind number 1. If it's something that you want parents to like write or get signed or notarized or whatever, like that's kind number 1. And people have found it very easy. They're taking a picture of it with their phone and uploading it back up, and it comes out like a PDF for me. And I can print them. Am I doing it wrong already?
I
Raz?
know, I just
Oh.
said hi.
And I can print them individually from here. Okay, so that's the first kind. The second kind is like what I'm going to call a form builder. So this was like I built the questions and parents can type it right into the screen. And the way that this dumps out for me, so this is authorized pickup for me. So my parents fire their nannies every 5 seconds. So this is constantly changing. So parents can go in and change this, and like once a week, I can download everybody's entry into an Excel document and then divide it by class. So every teacher will have a printout, or they can access it too if I give them permission. But like they get a printout of like, you know, Sheila Purdon has these 17 people who are allowed to pick her up with their cell phone number and their relationship to her. Does that make sense? Yes, Sheila. You don't have to raise your hand because I can't see everybody when I'm sharing.
I tell me if you want me to wait till the end, but I have 3 questions written down.
Go ahead.
So the first one is if you're putting them all in one main group after the classes start and you reveal what class they're in, can you then move them into a class, or does it stay in a main group?
Yeah, so once I divide the kids into their groups, they're in their classes.
Great. Okay, so then the PDF form, you're downloading it. Is there a way to do it? And maybe this is a Raz question, like to make it so that that form is fill outable? That's not a
Yeah,
word.
so that's that's type 3.
Okay. All right. And then
For authorized, so for me, health form was like I had to have the DOH form
Okay.
that looks exactly like the DOH form.
Okay.
Authorized pickup, for my licensing, they have to know that I'm tracking it, but they don't care how I'm tracking it, so I can just dump it into an Excel document. And
Okay.
then the last kind that I'm using is emergency contact information, which is like, this is like if I have to take a kid to a hospital, I'm printing their one document that includes like medical consent, allergies, their pediatrician's name, their insurance company, even though later I make them upload a picture of their insurance also. So this is like a fillable PDF. So this one you can't do by yourself. This one you have to send RAS the PDF and they create it as fillable.
Great. One more question.
Yeah.
You said that you can give teachers access to some or all of this. Is there a way, again, Raz, to give them access that's not editable?
Like view
That
only.
they can't.
View
edit.
only, yes. Like
Yeah.
you make it so that teachers can just view it but not change it.
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect. And then
that's all I got so far.
you skipped over allergy action form. Do you use that at all?
Yeah, so for me, that's another like DO. So all of these are forms that I made, but I am only using those 3 kinds. So I just gave them as an example. Allergy action form for me also has to be signed by a doctor. So that's also a PDF that they have to download, and it only applies to kids who have like rescue medications.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the ones that I'm using. Insurance card is just, I want them to upload a picture of their insurance card. We tried to make it my parents are, not only do they fire their nannies, but are also stupid, apparently. So we tried to make it super easy and we created this like PDF. Did it switch or no?
Mhm.
Okay, so that please upload a copy of your insurance card front and back so that they would Xerox it, the front and back, onto one document and then upload it. None of them could figure that out. So I would say that my first suggestion and what I would do differently is like make it 2 different things. Please upload the front and then please upload the back so that they can just take 2 pictures and upload it directly from their phone.
Great.
And then student information form is also for me a fillable PDF because I wanted to be able to print it out and give my teachers the physical form rather than it was just too much essay writing for me to do it into to an Excel doc, right? Like if someone wrote, I'm asking questions about like toileting and sleep stuff and like what allergies look like and do they eat independently, and like half my parents wrote nothing and half my parents wrote like a novel, and so I didn't want to have to dump it into an Excel document where it was, so they'll get each kid's form individually in a notebook. Oh, and then, so from here, this is the part that I'm kind of loving, is so here are all my students, including demo 1, 2, and 3, because we kept playing with it. And so I can just see what they've done and what they haven't done. And so when we're following up with parents, and you can download this too as an Excel doc. So like you have a list of who is missing stuff, but I can access it. So if I have to take Chase Cantor to the hospital, I just click this one. It takes a second to populate, or he's one that didn't actually fill it out. Yeah, another one.
Well,
If I have to take,
can you do refresh? Maybe it's a refresh thing. Because if it's viewed, it means that they submitted it.
yeah. All right, well, it worked before, so we might have messed something up on our end. We'll figure that out. But basically I click on it and it populates with all the stuff that they filled in, and I can just print it and go to the hospital with their kid.
Can you click on it? Let's see. Yes, okay. Okay.
Right, and so now I just print this off and take it with me to go to the hospital. And
Can't
for
you
my
just access, excuse me, can you just access the whole program remotely, like on your phone, on a tablet with all these forms?
I haven't tried. Hold on, let me check. I think so, because I have forms on my, yeah,
Roz,
yes, I can.
what's the lead time? Like, so if we wanted to do this, and obviously that there's some significant amount of creation of the forms that we would need, and like, just like Lisa, in New York, there's some that are very state specific and we have to have them look exactly like this. And then there's some that we could build ourselves. By we, I mean you. What's the lead time?
Like basically it's nothing. It's like a day. Maybe now because all schools are starting and like we have like this maybe 2 days, but it's not it shouldn't be like a lot, you know.
Okay. So if we wanted, we would do it a natural transition. If we wanted to do it for summer camp, we register summer camp in February. If we had everything to you in December or January, would that be able to go live at that point?
Yeah.
Great.
I will say the only one that I really needed them for were the fillable PDFs. All the other ones I was able to do myself. So it's only the fillable PDF one that you need them to be able to really do, or if you have trouble, obviously, like to troubleshoot things.
I'm very excited about that because that was my one glitch was I was having to have people download and print the PDF, fill it out and upload it again. So this way I don't need to do that. So if I just have 2 forms to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if New York weren't what New York is, having all of them as Remini forms would actually be other than that essay one, would actually be the best for me because I can just download everything into an Excel form.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, there are a bunch of forms that I have because it's, Chicago and Illinois are also crazy. That all I need is the parent signature to show that they've received it. So what I've done, and tell me if this will work, is I've uploaded the PDF, told parents to download it and read it, and then I just give them the sign box where they have to sign it and date it that they've received it. And then all I have is their signature. And that should be like, that's all I need is the signature.
I think what I would actually do, Raz, you correct me if I'm wrong, and that is like make a Remini form that has like you download this so you can read it, and then a box that says click here to say that you have read it and acknowledge receipt, and then have them sign.
Okay, good idea. Okay.
So like we have to do that with our handbook, like the state requires that the families have got, so we could put the handbook there and then just click, yes, I acknowledge receipt and understanding of these policies kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So as far as uploading documents, you said that the parents, like let's say an allergy action form, they take it to the doctor, they get it filled out, and then they upload it. Is there a way for us to upload it for them if they bring us the paper form? Great.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful.
Really was so simple. Like we did it in 2 days, I think.
Lisa, you should work in Remini, but Lisa is very also like tech savvy. You explain it better than I would ever do.
We did it in 2 days. I sent it out to my parents. I wrote in the email, like, this is a new use of this platform for us. It might be bumpy. And all of the problems that we've had have been user error and not form error. And so like, it's just a learning curve like it is with anything else of them like figuring out like how to put both sides of your insurance card on one piece of paper.
And then, sorry. I can show you what is like coming next, or it's actually also available on the web version. But sorry, to speak, I will speak after.
Okay, I mean, that's really all I have to show you. That's all we did. Are there other questions or things that like you want to know about how to make it work for your school? The other thing I'll say is that I already forgot her name, Rachel, who works for you in the States, Raz?
They're all in Israel.
Oh,
There are people who made Aliyah. So if you want to make Aliyah, call me.
well, after the
Yeah.
election, I might need a job, so let me know. She sent me a video link, like a
Okay.
YouTube video of how to do the different kinds of forms, and I watched it once and it was super simple. So I'm happy.
Oh,
I'll put that in the,
hi.
what'd you say?
Yes. Yes. It was Alex. She's amazing.
Amazing. She did these, here, wait, I'm gonna,
Really, she did it like a video.
on Loom, it's called. I'm gonna put the
Right.
link in the chat so you can save it for your own,
Lisa, the other thing that I think I'm going to need help with is d- how to explain to the parents what they need to do now. Since it's different. Did you just send them a letter?
So I sent an so half my parents are new, right? So like they're just getting on Remini.
Yeah,
So I sent an email saying like, you've been invited to Remini. So first I had to troubleshoot all the people that couldn't get on Remini.
yeah, I already started the letter. That's the first thing I have, yeah.
And then I said, I had a parent come in and take screenshots of their phone for me so I could like create a like, okay, you're going to see this with all the like on their home screen, they see the forms that they need to do. But our parents are pretty like, they do everything on their phones. And so none of them, they were all pretty self-explanatory. Like I wrote, upload this one, fill this one out, upload this one. And again, the problems have been like making both sides of the insurance card on one page or like filling out all the answers rather than just choosing which answers they're going to do. That's the one piece, Raz, just for like, I don't know how, if it's a fillable PDF, if there's a way to make fields mandatory. That would be the what, like I had to follow up with some people to be like, you skipped these 3 questions or you didn't do page 2.
We can do it.
Okay.
So let us know and we'll be able to do it.
Okay, that's all I have to share. Any other questions?
I'm so excited about this.
It was
Thank
so
you.
easy, Fern. Like really, it was very, very simple.
Yeah, we
I'm
were
so-
creating that form in like a Google form. So we were doing that. So it's nice that we could use that in Remini now. Or
Yeah, so I had like some things on Show Cloud and some things in Google Forms. And so I had to go through and like track who did what and who didn't do what. So this way it's all on one grid and I can
Nice.
see who has filled everything out and who hasn't. And they can see if they've filled it out and who hasn't. Like in my email to them today, it was like, please sign on to your Remini account and see what you're still missing.
I do have a question
Oh,
about
I didn't know that.
about the health forms. So for Colorado, you have to have them updated at every well check. Will it give them a notification when they have to get that done, or is that just still on us to let them know?
That's a great question.
I think it would be,
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think it would be hard, but we created a field that like we wrote the date of the exam. And so that I have in a spreadsheet. And so like once a month, my assistant sends out like, don't forget your thing expires next month.
We're doing the same thing, but I am wondering, and maybe I'll just plant a seed, Roz, because if it's tied to birth dates, so there's very specific times when they have to go and the form has to be updated every time. So if it was tied to a child's birth date, then it could say, okay, you know, you start at 15 months, you have to have one at 18 months and you have to have one at 2. And so it would automatically trigger it based on how old they are.
So it's based on how old they are, or when is it last did like the exam?
How old
I
they
think
are.
how old
I
they
think
are.
every state is different. Like,
Colorado is how old they are.
There's the- But then I think so it's or how old they're. So basically, what you would like to do is like you just want to like tell them each form when it's expired and they need to renew it.
Yeah, so like just if a parent is signing in their child to get a notification, reminder, your health form is about to expire, please get a new one.
I'm just writing in a reminder.
like an automated reminder.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be amazing because it would pop up and it would take something off us. And full disclosure, we will not make this switch until probably summer camp because we've already started school. But it's just a seed I'm planting.
No, it's perfect. Reminder regarding basically when the form needs to be updated, and then also you Lisa, also you need to have it, if I understand correctly, in New York, based on.
In New York, ours is not based on the birthday. Ours is based on, or the age. Ours is based on the year. So like if someone had their physical on, July 1st, 2023, it expires June 30th, 2024.
Illinois is
then-
the same way, yeah.
And what would you like it to say?
I mean, for me, if this was automated, it would be that like when they opened Remini to look at their pictures, there would be like a pop-up that said, don't forget your health form expires in 30 days. Please update the form.
Heads up.
Right. Or when they scan, like if you're using the QR codes, like when they scan in and go to sign in their kid, the same kind of thing.
And you would also like to get these notifications that they haven't like
No, because
renewed?
we could
or-
check, like we could go to the group, we could check. But if we are all tracking when everyone's forms expire and then sending out an email proactively to remind them. So this would remove a step on the admin side of what we needed to do to remind people. I mean, I guess it would still be on us if they don't do it, like to follow, to know that they didn't do it and to like that someone's expired.
Right, that it's not, okay, that's actually good to know. Okay, perfect. Like basically kind of a notification, what is not up to date. Okay, great.
I have a question. So Lisa, you invited all of your parents first in one big list. Then when you invite them to join Remini, does that automatically send them the invitation for the forms to fill out, or is that something you do separately?
It's already in that once they download the app and join, it's already, because they're attached to their child and the forms are attached to their child. So it's already in their account.
Okay,
So when they sign into Remini, I don't have a picture of it anymore, but the home screen included like a little icon for forms.
Right.
that's where part of my problem is, because I have the administrator side.
Right.
I don't know what the parent side looks like.
I created a
Demo
separate
tab?
account, like for one of my kids, using a separate email so that I can see the user experience too.
Oh my gosh, that's so brilliant.
Yeah, that's my demo 2, demo 3, demo 4. Like those are my children.
In our Shul Cloud, our admin has created it as Marge Simpson.
Nice. Mhm.
That is great. Thank you.
I'm so
And I
excited.
will say
about
that
this.
like my advice is once you do that, or what I did was had a parent come in with their actual phone. I literally took screenshots and included that in the document. Like, this is what you're gonna see, this is what you have to click, this is what you're gonna see, this is what you have to click.
So Lisa,
And
you
did
said
you-
it took a couple days to get it all set up. How long did you spend before those 2 days setting up your forms and the things that you wanted to get into?
No, that's what I mean, my forms existed because I've been using the same forms every year. So it was just me deciding which ones could I make fillable PDFs, which ones had to be uploaded, which one could I just make a Remini form out of. And I wound up switching, like one I did is one and then we had to switch it to another. So that and me sending Raz, like I need these 3 forms as a fillable, that took 2 days. And then now like chasing down parents is the same as chasing down parents on any other platform. So that has been taking months.
Oh shoot, I had another question. I forgot what it was.
My favorite is
Oh.
that my PA president is always the last one to get her shit in.
Did Lisa, when you said you showed them screenshots, did you do that for every form?
No, I
Oh,
just did
okay.
it for like, here's where you find the forms.
Okay, perfect.
Because it
Okay.
was a new feature that they had not used before for
Okay.
returning parents. No, I mean, the forms are pretty self-explanatory once you're in them.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
It made it's really easy and like,
And then what is already added to the site and it will also be populated in the app in the next version is that there is wait, do you have questions and then I'll say? Or okay, Lisa, can I take over your school, for example?
sure.
So basically what you can do is 1 second, or I can go to perfect. So what you can do is you can now in this version on the site, but also it will be there. There is also a thing where you can add data fields regarding like each child. What does it mean? Like if I click on a child, I can add like data fields. For example, that you want to track, and then you can also connect it with the forms. What do I mean? If I go here to settings, school settings, so you can add I don't know, like I'll do it later, like doctor name, doctor phone, allergies, allergy, okay, allergies, and then hobbies, I'm not sure. Okay, whatever you're thinking of, I'm hitting on save, and then what it means that here, if I go first of all in child management or this, I have it here, right? So I can like also edit it here, but here I'm just like doing it for 1 second. Here, let's say asthma, right? And then what you can do is here there is a roster report. There is roster report, and then the roster report you can basically extract it based on it's like customized. You can add any field that you would like. And then if you want to see this, you can basically pull up all the like school, and then you can also download it to Excel. And what we've done now, we connected it with the forms. So what now, when you are creating like a form, it's on the website, but it will soon be on the app. So when you're creating a new form, you can, I'm just doing a test, no worries, nobody will see it. So I can add a question like, how are you? But I can also add a question. If I can add a question that is connected with the fields that I added. So if I click on info, do you see those are just the fields that I added? Like the allergies or something like that, or I can add like this. So if I do like those things in the form and the parents fills it out, it automatically, you know what I mean? Brings it to the child's data. But you see what I'm
So if
saying?
I need to print an allergy report, which I do, like I have to have a list in every classroom of who has allergies, I could create a form like this could be part of my student information form, for example, and allergies could be one of the fields, and it will automatically populate in that student's account. So that when I pull the
Right.
roster,
When they
I'll have,
fill it, right.
that's
Also,
great.
you can also just with a form or without a form, you can do it. But also, if you're doing it with a form, when the parents fills it, you can choose what fields you would like it to have, like in each student, like a thing. And then what we did is show it, like for example, what child did I do? I'll just delete it because it's not really having an asthma. Like Aaron, like orange room. So if I go to like the orange room, they will also be able to see it. Like here, do you see they will see like this because it's an allergy. So they will see a red thing
Oh,
here. Now I delete it, so no allergies and no nothing. And
oh, that's cool.
so basically you can add those fields, and then you can also and now on the web you can do it even if you haven't done it like with existing forms. We can pull out the information that you would like from these forms and just push it there if you want.
Okay, so you could like allergies would be a good one for me. So you could retrofit the form that we've
Yeah.
already made, and wherever they wrote allergies would
You
fit,
can
would
put it
be,
there, yes.
that's great.
Yeah. Here, I'm just deleting what I did. Perfect. Save. Great.
So I have a back to basics question if I can. So if I send you my whole list for the year without them being in their classes already and it goes under one class, how do I then extract them to each class for the school year?
Well, let me try to show. Don't show. Okay. So when you go, you see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go to child management,
Okay.
right? Like Aaron, poor Aaron, he's just first alphabetically. We're going to pick on him. Originally, he was just in 2024, 2025 students.
Okay.
Oh, he was in older, anyway. When you click on the kid, like I would first, what I did was I first created a class 2024, 2025 students, and I put everybody in there. And
Okay.
then I went through and I was like, okay, the green room is going to be this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid,
Oh,
this
okay.
kid, and then copy to class.
So easy.
How's
Okay.
that?
Awesome. Thank you.
You
What
have
are
no
we
idea how
asking?
happy you've made me.
Yeah, I know, this is amazing. What are we not asking that we should be asking? Where other bumps did you hit, or what are you still dreaming about?
Me?
Yeah, sure, you're the one doing it.
Interesting. I would say like the bumps were not my end. It was really just from the parent end.
Okay.
I think that your idea about like being able to set reminders on the forms would be a great addition.
Maybe you need something like, I'm sorry, you can't check in your child. You have not uploaded da 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 da.
Yeah, maybe. Or it'll be like, you know, at 30 days, they get this notification. At 15 days, they get this notification. At 7 days, they get this notification. And then at 1 day, they get like, please don't come to school tomorrow unless you have your form.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes down to that.
Okay.
All right.
Raj, you're doing an amazing job of making this app just better and better and better.
Yes.
Agreed. And you know, we say
Yes.
this all the time when we comment about Remini, but like every time I needed a fix, it was like fixed in 24 hours. Like my fillable PDF, I needed some of them to be like many lines, and I needed parents to have many lines as an answer. And that wasn't how it was set up originally. And they like, by the time I woke up the next morning, it was fixed. So it was really easy. I was nervous about it. I'm also simultaneously shifting to a new platform for admissions, which has been much more complicated. But this was very simple.
So Raz, if I need a couple of forms of our forms made into fillable PDFs, how do you want me to send them to you to do
Okay.
this for me?
In an email.
But I mean, like what format? Do you want it
Word.
in Word? Do you want it in PDF? What do you want?
Whatever you like.
Okay.
It's so easy. The easiest thing would be Word. Send it to him as a Word
Word?
document so he
Okay.
can manipulate the text, and then
Okay.
they can create it as a PDF.
Perfect.
You're too nice, Russ. You have to convert it and all right.
I have one last question. Is all of this stuff that you keep adding, and I'm the context of we're using a different program, and when we keep adding on, then the price keeps changing. Is this all encompassed in the cost that we're currently paying? Great.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
I will
Huh.
say just separately, I also started using the injury report this summer, which also was very easy and very
good
easy
to
to
know.
track.
My teachers are really excited about that.
Hmm.
Because
you
they were
we are-
losing the papers all the time. So, and I've started, like, I've
That's
got that
great.
one ready to go.
All right.
And Lisa, we'll be able to see this again, because I'm sure I'm gonna need to refer back and forth the recorded.
Yeah, so I re-recorded, I remembered to hit record, so
Thank you.
it will live in the, like, on the website. But I would say if you didn't click on the link that I put in the chat, the Loom link.
I
think
did.
So that was so helpful. So like
Good.
bookmark that and save it for when you're ready to start.
Okay, good. That's great. Thank you
And I'm
so
happy,
much.
like, feel free to call me if anything comes up.
yeah.
Or
Hola,
Raz, 'cause
Good
he
luck,
doesn't-
everybody, for the beginning of
Hola.
your year.
Thank you.
Or if you're ongoing, continued luck and happiness
Mhm.
and breaks.
Lisa,
Thank
Ross, thank you guys for pulling.
Thank you.
Show a
That's great.
picture.
Thank you.
Oh, you
thank
want it?
thank
You want to see a picture?
I want to see a picture
Oh,
of
the baby, the baby.
Hey, be careful what you ask for. I'm just saying.
All right, wait, let me stop recording. Bye, everyone who's watching on the recording.